Hey everybody, welcome to week 4 of Stress Less Through Mindful Movement. I'm going to have you, if you're able to, go ahead and stand on up, lengthen that spine, start to feel your feet on the ground. If you'd like to, just for the next minute or so, you can go ahead and close your eyes and really feel your feet connected with the earth beneath you. Think about zipping up those thighs a little bit towards each other and tucking the hips under. And then lengthening up from the base of the spine, growing maybe a little bit taller today. Allow those shoulders to drop down from the ears and also pull back a little bit, slight tuck of the chin. Start to find your breath, noticing your breath. And now beginning to expand the breath. So starting to breathe more fully. You might even imagine that you're breathing up through the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. And then when you breathe out, sending the breath from the top of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet. Taking 2 more breaths in this way, taking full breaths in, bringing the breath up through the soles of the feet all the way up to the top of the head. And then letting that go. And then setting an intention for today. An intention for your practice and also an intention for today. Bringing in that energy, that way of being that will be with you, coming from within as you go throughout your day today. And then saying your intention to yourself 3 times. And then breathing in your intention. And then sending your intention out into the world, into the space around you. Go ahead and start to open up your eyes. Go ahead and start with some gentle shoulder rolls here. Starting to get into your body today. And then rolling the shoulders the other way. So start to check in. How are you feeling? I want to do those 4 check-ins. Oh, what's your physical experience right now? And we'll do gentle neck rolls. Observing whatever is present for you physically. It's up to you if you want to rest your eyes closed during this part. Other direction. Starting to notice what's present for you mentally. Just seeing if you can notice without judging it. Noticing with kindness and compassion. And then go ahead and come back to center. We're going to start with just gentle movement, locking in place. We're going to do more movement than walking today, but just starting to get the blood flowing. Starting to notice what's present emotionally. What's your emotional experience? I don't know about you, but sometimes if there's emotions of sadness or anger, I try to talk myself into a different experience. So through this practice of mindfulness, we allow whatever's present to be there. We also start to get this understanding that whatever's present, the name of the game is that it's always changing. Everything is always changing. And then go ahead and start to notice whatever your experience spiritually is right now. What are you experiencing spiritually? And as you notice, staying with the breath, just starting to really create that breath awareness with the movement. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and stop walking. Bring those hips wider than hip width. We're going to place our hands on our hips. We're going to come down and around. We're going to move 3 times each direction. And with these movements, don't worry if you are on the same side I am on, especially since we're on camera. Other direction, we're going to go both directions of whatever it is. So here, just feeling that stretch in the back of the body. If somebody could mute themselves, please go ahead and do that. Go ahead and come on back to center. We're gonna inhale, stretch both arms up, reach up, look up. Drop one hand down to the side, and we're gonna stretch up and over to the side. Good. And then come back to center. Go ahead and look on up, drop those shoulders down away from the ears, stretch over to the other side. Pull that shoulder back perhaps. And inhale, both arms up. We're gonna exhale, float them on down. Awesome. Now we're gonna do where we're gonna step forward. I'm gonna show you from the side, round the back, and then step back and open up the chest. So we're gonna alternate step forward, round the back, and open up the chest. At your own pace, don't worry about staying with me. Right, part of this mindful movement is staying in your own experience, right? How helpful would that be in life if we stayed within our own experience a little bit more? Sometimes we might be concerned about what we think is going on with somebody else or what they think about us or and a couple more, two more each side. Just getting that movement in the body in a way that works for your body, right? The way I move, the way you move is all going to be unique to us. And then come back to center. Drop those arms down. Let's take a pause. So in this mindful movement, we're going to add in more pauses today. You might close your eyes again. Maybe your breath is a little bit faster already. Maybe your heart rate's up a little more. Maybe your body temperature has changed. Maybe you feel the same. Checking back in, observing whatever's present. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do 10 leg lifts on one side. So bringing that knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If your mind is wandering, bring it back here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to come into a balanced pose. So maybe you keep your big toe on the ground. Maybe you lift your leg up, varying degrees. If that's really easy, maybe you straighten that leg out. Try to keep those hips centered. One hip might want to hike up a lot more than the other. Finding your balance. And then find something in your space that's not moving to focus your attention on. Right, we're training the mind and the body to focus right now. Good. And then go ahead and shake that one out. Awesome. So that same leg that you just used, I'm going to have you do little toe taps. You can't see me in the image here. Little toe taps here. So you can keep your hands down by your side. Or if you want to, go ahead and bring those shoulders overhead. Drop the shoulders down. Little taps. Little movements, but really you might already feel the challenge. And move at a pace that works in your body. Think about pulling that core in. We've got 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and release that. Shake it on off. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, other side. So bring the other leg up, down, leg lifts. Good. Maybe, yep, you bring those arms up overhead again. Up to you, right? There's all kinds of variations. Then you want to get funky with it, do some shoulder presses. We've got about 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Finding your balance posture. Again, maybe big toe down, maybe straighten the leg out, maybe lift it up. Notice what happens to the breath if things do feel challenging in the body. Maybe notice what's going on in the mind, right? And all from that place of not judging it, right? Sometimes we might say, oh, this is hard, or oh, this is whatever, or oh, you could be doing this. We're just creating that awareness. And then shake that out. Then we're going to do those little taps on this side, option to bring those arms up, drop the shoulder blades down. Little taps at your own pace. That pulling that core in. Nice. Good. Got 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and rest that on down. We're going to do a little isometric. So bring in your palms together. Maybe see if you can notice the breath against the thumbs there. Shrug those shoulders up. Drop one down. So we're going to squeeze the palms together for 3 seconds. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Again, push, 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 push. And release. Keep that going at your own pace. Trying to activate those muscles in the chest. You might notice, right? What happens when there's this resistance? We just kind of stay put, right? And in life, sometimes we're in this space of resistance, and it can kind of keep us where we are, right? Couple more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. And one more. Good. And release. Awesome. All right, roll out those wrists. We're going to start to bring in some figure eights, other direction with those wrist rolls, with our arms, with a sway back and forth. And this is a great one to do. It's really calming to the nervous system. So if you think about the 8 or an infinity sign, we're going to go ahead and do that with our arms. So you can make these as big or as small as you'd like. Get your whole body in there. So this is a good one just to support your energy and flowing, calm the nervous system, the system that works with our brain and every other body function to help create that sense of calm. And now we're going to reverse it. So other direction. You might find that in that reversing it, there's a little bit of challenge there. Good, keep that going. A few more. So, and then again, we're going to come back, let those arms hang. Adding in pauses throughout the day really helps us create that flow, that sense of connection to ourselves, to our life. Just coming back in, noticing what's here. Settling back in with the breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up their eyes. We're gonna do one more like move, and then we'll transition into the breath work part and the meditation part. I'll show you from the side. So we're gonna hinge at the hips. It's almost like I'm setting my butt back. I call it kind of like a deadlift position. So option to keep your hands on your hips and use your hamstrings and your glutes to hinge forward, stand up, squeeze the glutes, release. Or if you want to get a little bit more of the back and shoulders, reach those arms out, squeeze those thumbs up, and come back down. So again, at your own pace, we're working the back side of the body. Kind of pull that belly button in so you get a little core engagement. You're using the arms, you're also getting the shoulders, getting the back muscles, getting the glutes. Good, keep that going. Again, noticing where your breath is, feeling those feet on the ground, observing what's going on around you. The sounds, what you see. We've got 15 more seconds. Last 10 seconds. Awesome. Great job, everybody. Way to move at your own pace. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. So now go ahead, find yourself if you want to rest down, if you want to stay seated. We're going to come into a practice of breathing and a little brief meditation here. I'm going to stay in my chair just so I'm closer so you can hear me better. When you're ready, if it feels okay to you, you can go ahead, rest your eyes down and lengthen the spine. If you're laying down, maybe stretch out through the fingers and toes. Maybe if you're seated, you still do that full body stretch. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And let that go. Today we're gonna do a pattern of breath where we're gonna take big inhales through the nose. We're gonna add a 3-second pause at the top of the breath. So once we breathe in, we're gonna hold the breath for 3 seconds. And then for our exhale, we're gonna breathe out as though we're breathing through a fat straw, so that very slowly letting all of the air leave our lungs. So we'll do a couple minutes of that. So again, just coming back to that breath awareness. And coming back to your intention that you set. Exploring if you can be that intention right now. Right? This is where our life is occurring. This is where we are. We're right here in this moment. Emptying the lungs, taking a big inhale through the nose. Adding that 3-second pause at the top. And then breathing out through the mouth slowly. Taking this at your own pace. Remembering to relax the face, the jaw, the neck. Breathe down into the belly. Pausing at the top of the inhale. And then start to slowly empty the lungs, letting all of the air. You can continue to breathe in this way if you would like. Or if you want, you can let your breath come back to its natural pattern. And today we're going to practice self-compassion. So with self-compassion, it's a way of providing ourselves with support, meeting our own needs in the face of challenge, in the face of suffering. We don't provide ourselves with self-compassion because we're trying to fix the suffering, or as though self-compassion is just a solution. Whether it is a practice to deepen our connection to ourselves in a more loving way. And therefore, it expands out into our relationships, the more self compassionate we can be. It expands into our actions, how we take care of ourselves, how we respond in life rather than react. So, bringing into your awareness something that has been troubling you in this past week or so. And since we're practicing together, perhaps for the first time in this way, maybe don't pick anything that feels very overwhelming, but something that has mildly been bothering you. Maybe you've been worrying about something or stressing. Could be that you've been judging yourself or feeling a lot of fear around something. So just start to bring that into your awareness from that place of mindfulness. So as we've been practicing not judging. See if you can bring this into your awareness without judging it. Being with it without being absorbed into it. So not becoming the story or the situation, but being able to be there and hold space. Being loving awareness towards this. And now reminding yourself of the bigger picture here. So sometimes when there's a struggle or a challenge, we kind of zoom in so much that we feel we're the only person going through this specific thing with this specific challenge. And while it's unique to you, remembering that humanity, other humans right now, are maybe experiencing something similar. Or maybe you've totally zoned out. And so this remembering the bigger picture can also be supportive in that sense. So acknowledging the common thread here of whatever this challenge is. And that is that to be struggling or to face obstacles or suffer as human, right? We're not alone. So reminding yourself of that. And now, perhaps softening the breath through the heart space, breathing in and out through the heart. Might even place a hand on your heart if that feels appropriate, or if you're feeling like you need extra support, maybe place a hand on your solar plexus, that place above the belly button. It's like kind of it's known as our power center. And then asking yourself, what do I really need right now? What support do I need with this situation? And so sometimes it is to turn into a more gentle approach with ourselves, just like you would a dear loved one. Like, it's going to be okay. I'm here with you. We're going to get through this. I've got you. You're doing your best, and that's enough. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being you. I'm sorry you're going through this, right? We can give that really nurturing, warm, loving support. Maybe that's what you need. Or perhaps this is a call for a more empowered self-support. And that could look like setting boundaries, whether it's with someone else or it's with yourself. It might look or be an opportunity to speak up, to advocate, to own all parts of yourself in a more empowered or courageous way. So you think about that fierce mother bear energy, right? Maybe there's some of that that would support you in this situation, right? Taking a few more moments to be with this. Thanking yourself for showing up, being here right now in this moment. And starting to ground yourself back into the awareness of this moment. Doing that through your body, through your senses, through your mind. And then maybe wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers. And you can gently open your eyes when you're ready. And if this was something that, maybe you had some insights come up, or perhaps, bits and pieces came through, but really not able to connect the dots with this self-compassion practice, I would encourage you go ahead and journaling it. Whatever's been challenging or struggling with or sad or fearful or worried about. And then, essentially kind of coaching yourself in a way of like, hey, it's human, right? I don't want to ever negate anybody's struggle, right? Because our struggles are like our unique situation is specific to us. And we can look around us and know like all other humans have worried about something, felt sadness or fear around something, right? So that bigger picture there. And then what support do I need? Do I need to be a little more kind and gentle? Do I need to ask for a hug? Do I need to ask, for support out here? Do I need to speak up, share my truth, that kind of thing? So, all right. Well, thank you all. Anybody have anything they want to share or add? Questions? You can also put them in the chat if you wanted to do that.
Thanks, Brittany. That was great. Really enjoyed it.
I love seeing you. So good to see you.
Check out Honey.
Oh, you liked it too. Girl.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, thank you, Fidelina. Thank you, Brock. Good to see you all. I hope you have a beautiful
Likewise.
Yes.
Take care, babe.
All right. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye, ladies. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.